Good morning, everybody. Victor here.
Good morning.
We got Brookie, my wife, Dennis about to fly the drone, and we are on the West Coast on Tanner's boat right now. Say what's up.
How's it going, guys? It's another day in paradise, right?
That's it. And we got our buddy Grant gonna be doing some filming for Mustad today.
How we doing? Good morning.
Rocking the Pit Vipers. So we're on the West Coast right now, and we're gonna do some snapper grouper fishing. Dennis got the drone up in the air. We'll see you guys out there, ready for a beautiful day. Okay, first thing we're doing is picking up bait. It's the best way to start your day, pulling on a pinfish trap.
I thought the best way to start your day is with some Wawa.
Got to. We did one of those. Got some good cinnamon buns flowing through the veins. So these are pinfish. There's also a species of fish in there known as pigfish.
I'm gonna dump these out and get these lanes back in the water.
This is a pigfish. Also makes a really good snapper grouper bait. You guys have seen Tanner on the channel a bunch. He's a charter captain here in Southwest Florida out of Marco Island, and we fished with him many times now. So today's mission, we're gonna try to catch yellowtails, mangrove snapper, red grouper, some African pompano, so just like a variety pack, but the Gulf's fishery is really incredible. And part of that reason is because you gotta run so far so it doesn't get very pressured. So we just got our bait. We're gonna head about 55 miles offshore and basically just go from spot to spot and try to put some fish in the boat. See you guys out there. Tanner's just getting us set up on the spot right here. We are rigging up. We're gonna start out by doing a little snapper fishing on the bottom. Mustad circle hook, 30-pound tough line fluorocarbon leader. And you guys can actually save 20% off both. If you're looking for a little discount, use my code LANDSHARK. I'll have it linked below as well. We're gonna do a simple bottom rig, 2-3 feet a leader, swivel, and a weight.
So we're sitting over a little ledge right here. It's 95 feet of water. We're mainly trying to target the snapper, obviously. I'm gonna be using my traditional, it's called a chicken rig, 30-pound test, sinker on the bottom, hook up about a foot, and just an efficient way to catch these fish that I like. He doesn't want to listen to me, he wants to use his way, so let's see who catches more fish today.
Oh yeah, into the live well we go. We got a combination of pilchards and pinfish. This is a little white bait, also known as a pilchard, that I almost released into the water. Circle hook, pilchard, and I'm gonna hook them like this, through the bottom and out the top like that. I think I'm on, Dennis. I think he's got it. Yeah, he's got it. Does not take long when you're with Tanner, I'll tell you that. Gonna guess a mangrove snapper.
Little red grouper.
Red grouper, huh? These guys, these little red grouper, are littered across the Gulf of Mexico. And we'll get some keeper size ones later, but this guy's too small to keep. They gotta be 20 inches. He's probably like 14, 15, but real pretty little fish. So down there, there's most likely gag grouper, red grouper, yellowtail snapper, mangrove snapper. Occasionally there'll be mutton snapper. And that's the fun part about bottom fishing out here, is you really don't know what you're gonna get. You send down a live bait or dead bait, and it's pretty much a mystery of what you're gonna hook.
Tanner, what's your most recent big catch with your clients?
Oh, big catch with our client. Let's see, what do we caught? We caught some nice, really big African pompano. Usually we get in some nice big mangroves.
There we go, Dennis.
Some nice yellowtail. Got something on?
Yeah, sorry to cut you off. It's something small. Sometimes a bunch of the smaller fish will eat before those big fish get adventurous and come up top and eat. Little mangrove snapper. I'm telling you guys right now, we're gonna catch a lot of different species today and a lot of good eating stuff. Oh, this guy's about to spit a crab out. I wanna see what's in his, what is this? That's gotta be a crab, look.
Hey, don't
Crab
take it
claw.
from him, give it back.
He's not gonna eat it, he's going in the cooler.
Oh. I forgot that we're
Brooke wants me to feed him while he's in the cooler. There's fish number one. Oh, buddy. Ooh, she feels good. I think big mangrove, well, decent sized mangrove on this one. Not those miniature red groupers you guys got on that side of the boat. I don't know, I feel a lot of aggressive head shakes, which I feel like mangrove snapper do a lot of. I love bottom fishing. What you know about that, Tanner? Well, it's currently not in the boat, but it is now.
Nice.
Woo-hoo-hoo! What I would do to have this fishery back home, man. That's why the Gulf is so special. Look at that thing. That thing is a chunk.
Well, it's starting to turn on, I guess.
So mangrove snapper, every snapper species is a little bit different. Yellowtail got really soft mouths. Mine's a little bit soft too. Mangrove's got lockjaw, man. You can feel it when your pilchard's down there. They got these like aggressive strikes. They come up there with their fangs. He doesn't want to open his mouth for me, but I can't even get his hook out. Doubled up on stud mangroves with the man, Tanner Ison, Real Deal Fishing Charters. Guys, it is officially summer in Florida. I know it's probably funny to complain about the heat in Florida, but it is hot and the sun is out. You guys hear me talk a lot about Waterlinkos. They are the sunglasses that I've been wearing for the past year and a half, and I absolutely love them. If you guys are in the market for a new pair of sunglasses, I'm telling you right now, I've never worn a better pair of sunglasses to this date. They come in a bunch of different models, sizes. They make prescription lenses. They make men's sunglasses, women's sunglasses, and they are a lifesaver out here in the heat. It is one thing you don't want to skimp on as a fisherman, having a good pair of polarized sunglasses. It just makes your experience out here so much better. If you guys want, you can save 15% off. Use my code LANDSHARK. I'll have it linked below. You guys can go to waterlinko.com and yeah, get yourself a good pair of sunglasses.
All right, so we caught 5 or 6 mangroves here. They're kind of dying off. So we're gonna actually pick the anchor up. We're gonna go to another spot I have marked out. But hopefully I'm finding something different on the way there. That's what really makes it a great spot. There's no secret spots out here. We have a lot of spots out here, but it depends on where the fish are stacked up on. And that's really what makes it, every day's different. You know, these fish have tails. They can get up and swim. There's no fences out here. So one day this spot might be awesome. The next day it might be okay, but it's not the same. These fish get up and move.
Okay, Tanner, you ready for this?
I'm watching.
Wow, this pilchard is sending out some distress calls.
What's going on?
What's going on is I'm bit. Oh. We're doubled up.
I don't know what this is. Bottom?
I don't know. No, we got good fish. School of something came through. Oh no. Well, while you play with your shark over there, we'll stick to this side, Tanner.
It's going that way.
Oh.
That side's better because it's very sticky.
Oh, Dennis, you better get that camera rolling, son.
You wouldn't have missed them like I did.
No, I didn't miss him yet.
Thank you.
Just hasn't munched it yet.
Like to see.
Tanner lost most likely what was a shark. Eat it, eat it, eat it. Yes, yes, big head shakes. Come on, chomp it. Yeah. I'm telling you, Tanner, it doesn't miss. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
Come on now. He's not on the boat yet.
He will be. No, 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 no. He's a good fish. He wants to hug that bottom. Big head shakes. Dennis, I'm so happy you made me wear this GoPro angle for this fish. I always give Dennis a hard time, even though he's just doing his job. Trying to put together a good video for you guys. And I fight him on wearing the GoPro sometimes. Is it a grouper or a...
No, I think it's a mangrove.
Big oh, it's a nice one!
Yeah!
Woo!
Alright, barely hooked. Look at the size of that. Mangrove.
Yahoo! Look at that, dude! Is that a mutton snapper or a mangrove? That thing's a stud.
Nice job, dude.
Let's go. Brooke loves to call him chunky. How about this for chunky? Look at that. Circle hook right in the corner. This is what we're after. These big chunky mangrove snapper, what the West Coast is known for. They're really, it's an interesting bite because you can feel your pilchard getting nervous down there and they come up and a lot of times they'll hit it once or twice and they'll kind of just sit there and you don't know if they're on there. And you start to reel tight and then they just give you a run for your money, man. They want to get back down to the bottom and try to break you off on whatever is down there, whether it be a coral head or a ledge or bottom, but So much fun, because when you bottom fish, you're actively fishing the whole time, not like when you're trolling and just staring at a rod, you know? Love this fishery. All right, guys, we just switched spots. Like Tanner was saying, when you think of snapper, usually think of like one area. They're always on the same spot, but that's not true. Snappers have tails just like any other fish. They're always moving. If you saw Tanner's screen at how many spots he has, some days he goes to them and he'll load up and he won't have to move. Other days you got to check 15 different spots to find the fish. Yep. A lot of times they just sit there. You feel that one big thump and then they just sit there. They don't often run with it. Woohoo! So I'm gonna be a good Samaritan. There's plenty of them down there and there's gonna be a lot bigger. So we're gonna let this guy go.
Dang, that's a nice one.
So then if you can notice too, they all got a little bit of different coloring. Brooks is really dark. Got a lot of red and gold in it. This one's a little bit paler and white, but very pretty. And they all have this little kind of line right by their eye. Kind of gives them away. Gorgeous, gorgeous fish. And very good eats. Coming soon.
We just got on a new spot and they're biting really good. So what I want to try to do is drop some chum in there. And the way the current's kind of slowing down, so with the way the boat's sitting, the spot's actually over there. So the tide's kind of coming in. So with the chum, we're sitting on away from it. So it should fall right to the snapper. And as that chum goes down, these snappers should come up.
Dude, it is instant. That time you're not getting away. Ooh. It feels pretty decent. A porgy, an exotic species. Knew he was fighting differently. There's a bunch of different porgy species in Florida and in the Gulf. I'm always bad at recognizing which one is which. You got jolthead, pink porgy, red porgies. Do you know which one this is, Tanner?
I want to say that's a jolthead, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, I think it's a jolthead. The pink ones are actually pink, and the red one's got a lot of red to them, but I think that this little blue guy right here, jolthead.
Awesome, Tanner.
This should be a mangrove right here. I was freelining I just dropped the chum in the water, so I started dropping back a jig head, put a cut bait on it, just to see what would happen. And this should be a mangrove, but I think it made it to the bottom, so they ain't coming up yet. Decent mangrove on this flat line.
Good fish. Me and Brookie are doubled up.
Oh, well, I'm off.
He's 20. Do we keep it, Tanner?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, why not?
All right. First keeper grouper of the trip. These guys got to be 20 inches overall. He was right around the 21-inch mark. Perfect eater size. This is a really good one if you wanted to do a whole fish recipe. This is the one right here. We're gonna do a little exploration, see if anything eats this. Sometimes the bigger fish, they don't want a little bait. They want something moving, big, and kind of obnoxious. So we'll see if they eat this.
Look, you can see her being in the background.
Oh! That could be him, dude.
That's it.
That's a good fish, Dennis. All right, so we were on our way to our next spot, and Tanner marked something as we were driving out to it, had a big NLBN straight tail on, and decided to drop it. And it feels like a grouper. Feels like it could be a keeper grouper right here. Big head shakes. Tanner says this is how he finds the majority of his spots. He'll be driving from one spot to another, and he'll find something, just a little mark, go right back over to it. Woo! Oh, dude, this is a grouper for sure.
Think so?
Oh, yeah. Not fighting like an AJ, it's just big, obnoxious head shakes and kind of dead weight now. As a fisherman, you gotta just try new things all the time.
Looking like a grouper.
Big red grouper.
Nice.
Woo! Look at that thing!
You nailed that thing. Nice fish.
Thank you. I gotta give some love to the boys. So there's this company by us called NLBN. One of my best friends works for them. Joey, Brandon, Ben. You guys make a good product, because look at that. Drop the NLBN and they got smoked by this red grouper. Look at that. It resembles basically anything. A squid down there, bait fish. Look at that. There's no faking that on the straight tail. Red grouper all lit up. I am so excited to eat this fish. I think Brookie's due for one. She needs to drop this lure and get a little taste of this red grouper action right here. See if there's another red grouper down there. Usually if there's one, there's gotta be a few. Oh my gosh.
There he is.
Dude.
Oh my gosh.
Woo! This bait is the truth. Don't feel as big, but it's something.
Tanner's on too.
They're down there.
Wow. What were you doing trying to eat this thing, buddy? All right, this guy is way undersized, so I'm just gonna unhook him, let him go. Still dropping down the same bait though. It's another big one. Oh, he pulled.
Drop it back, drop it back.
No, Tanner, I'm gonna reel it all the way up. There's fish down there and they're hungry. Dude, they're eating it on the way down.
Oh man.
I think I got the jack this time, or a smaller red grouper. The one fish I hooked right before this was big. Tanner, we don't need to go grouper fishing in the afternoon.
No, maybe. I looks like this will be close.
No, he's baby. He's a fun sized one.
There you go.
Are you kidding me?
There you go.
Dude, it is on with this lure. I tell you what, you can jig in the same spot and one finds it. I think there's always something to be said for trying something different. I mean, if I was a fish, I'd always rather eat a live bait. But if it's something they've never seen before or it's just acting funny, you know, you get that reaction bite. And if this big, obnoxious, soft plastic just jigging in their face, taunting them. That one might keep.
Been too far, or is that
Did you catch that?
Yeah, he just caught it.
First mangrove snapper.
first mangrove snapper? Captain Tanner making it happen.
Absolutely.
So what I'm doing is, since we're anchored now, we're not drifting, so we're not covering as much water. I'm launching the jig, starboard side, port side, and kind of working it back towards the boat to try to work the, you know, the circumference of the area to see if there's any grouper around.
You trolling?
Yeah. Dude, they're eating it on the way down. They're literally eating it on the way down. I don't know, man. This live bait stuff is for the birds. Look at this nice fighting chair you got right here, Tanner. These leaning posts.
At least someone gets to use it.
Might not cut any bait on it today, but it sure works good as a little rest. And it's gonna be another keeper red grouper. The last one I just caught was right around the 21-inch mark. Yep. Another red grouper. This one might be a little smaller. No, he might
He's
keep.
gonna be there.
That, you guys, that's the same lure I fished. I haven't changed my leader, nothing. Same lure, keep dropping it back down. Look at how tore up to shreds this lure is, and it's still catching fish.
He's there. He's over 20 inches.
That's like your mom's.
Yeah.
Keeper's a keeper, right?
Oh my gosh, dude, they're still here. Oh! I'm telling you guys, these fish are trendy. They don't want live bait. We got a dance for the fish. We wanted to do 3 things today. Catch red grouper, catch mangrove snapper, and catch yellowtail snapper. So the yellowtail snapper are suspended higher up in the water column, and we went to one of Tanner's spots where he catches them frequently. So we got some chum in the water, and I'm flatlining a little mustad yellowtail jig head just back in the chum slick, and it's imitating a little piece of chum. And the yellowtail will be anywhere from the surface of the water to about halfway down, just flatlining. But when you get the ball of yellowtail behind the chum slick, it's usually game on.
Here we go.
There it is. Yellowtail charging the boat.
Gotta get him up quick. There's some predators down there.
Predators.
Yep.
You can always tell when it's a yellowtail because they will charge the boat. So this is an average sized pompano yellowtail. This is about the smallest Tanner catches. Such a pretty fish. Look at that. Hard fighters. Fish get their power from their tail, and like if you look at them, like weight distribution wise, they got a lot of power in that tail. They got that flag tail right there. Woo! Charging the boat. This might be an African pompano, Tanner.
There you go. That's a pompano.
What in the heck did I just hook?
That's a pompano.
Woo! Wow. Dude, I'm gonna get spooled, Tanner.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know either. Tell you what, Mustad G Series rod is getting some love today. I did see a couple big barracuda back there, so hopefully they stay far away from this fish. I'll tell you one thing, it's not a yellowtail. Just drifting that little piece of bait back in the chum slick. And that's what's cool about this type of fishery is you can catch mangrove snapper. Brett caught a red grouper doing this earlier. Tanner's caught an African pompano, which is what we think this is gonna be, because nothing would make a run like that out here, except probably an African pompano. I love catching big fish on little reels. Hearing that little reel sing is just music to my ears. It's what they do. These African pompano make one big rung and then they usually kind of just die. I see silver, Tanner.
Do you?
Yep.
All right, let me get the gap, because that looks like a good one.
What? Whoa. I like these rods. I like them a lot.
Light action fishing gotta be the best.
You guys see that rod tip doing that bump, bump, bump? That's that telltale sign of an African pompano. They got a really broad body that they just kind of move in the current. Very similar to the way a permit would fight. I see dinner. You see what it is.
That's it.
That's the right species.
Slide in here, I'm gonna gap him. Actually,
You wanted to grab him?
I'll gap him, because he got light line. Let me gap him.
You sure?
Yes, yes, yes.
He's a
Bigger than mine.
Okay. Yeah, baby.
Look at
That's not my biggest African pompano, but biggest on a little setup like this was one hell of a fight.
Look, the hook just
Whoa.
popped out.
So, little mustad jig head, just pitching it back in that chum slick. These pompano, yellowtails, mangroves, they just keep coming by. And you see that little chunk and they just smoke it. You guys, look at that. Shiny, shiny fish. They are like nothing else in terms of their morphology. Very unique looking, and they actually are pretty worldwide. Oh, Brooke's got one on too.
Uh-oh.
I'm pretty sure they're found in most oceans worldwide. One of my favorite eating. Really unique, buttery, white texture, and just an absolute stunner of a fish with all those colors. Look at that mouth too. Crazy little strong guys.
You like eating African pompano?
I love it. It's really good. Very good. Very white. Fortunately, you can only keep 2 per vessel though, which sometimes we catch them and we catch 20 on one spot. But I think it's good though too, because you don't kill as many. But very good fish to eat and a very good fish to fight for.
All right, guys. We were about to switch spots, and we're trying to get some content for mustad, some new jigs that are not on the market yet. And I dropped one down, lost the fish immediately, went back down again, and we're hooking fish. This is a really productive spot for us. You know, this is probably an hour and a half of being here, fish live bait, and dropped down the jigs. They just wanted something different and hooked 2 really big fish back to back. But I'm playing them nice and light because I don't have the heaviest of braid, only 30-pound leader, but it's Teflon leader, so you know it's good. And slow pitch jigging is all about finesse. You guys see that rod? It looks like a noodle, but you can actually double them over. They've come a long way. Definitely way bigger than anything we've hooked at the spot so far. A big African pompano or a 10+ pound grouper.
Damn.
Good, 2 good fish in a row. There's something big down there.
So it's just the braid wasn't really strong enough?
No, it got me in some type of structure. I knew I was close to the bottom, but I didn't know how close, and it was a losing battle.
All we know is that they like the jig.
The new mustad jig that we're fishing, they love. Clean cut on the bottom, wrap me in some type of structure. That's just the name of the game. They probably ate my fish. That was his way of saying, feed me another one.
That was a little bit aggressive, huh? Those dolphin came in hot, did a little tail flap on the water. They were like, give me some fish for dinner.
Here.
Oh, dude, I'm telling you, it's bit. Oh,
And it broke off.
oh, see, he came back for the scraps. Come on, eat it. Ah! 3rd time he ate it. I don't know if this is the same one. This is not fighting. Oh, yeah, it is. Tanner, that's a big grouper.
You think so?
Yes. African pompano is not coming back for it that many times, is he? Oh my gosh, dude. How many times are you gonna eat it and drop it? I don't know, there's some predation down there.
Good chicken.
You hear that? Good chicken. Tanner texted me last night. He goes, you bringing some of that world famous chicken? I said, you know it. It's the best boat snack.
All right, you know it's a good day when a cameraman drops.
There
Oh
he is.
yeah.
There he is. There's the grouper.
All right, well Tanner provides trips so good that we caught so many fish that even I get to get down on the jig, you know, on the way back in. First drop. I mean, couldn't be easier.
Sounds like you got a great boss.
That's it.
We're out to head in, and before we head in, we're gonna rotate the fish. So basically, we're taking all the fish that was on top of the ice. We're gonna throw it in this locker right here, and then we're gonna take the ice in here underneath all the fish and throw it on top of it, so it gets the meat firmer and it makes the fish look a lot better. Because of this fish, he needs ice on that side. That's why it looks like that. So we're gonna just rotate it over, and they should be good to go when we get back to the dock.
All right, guys, as you can see, killer day. And I just want to thank not only Tanner, but everybody on the boat because, you know, to have a good day on the boat, you got to have a good crew. And we had an amazing time out there. It's so much more than the fish. And I know that it's a lot of fish, but you guys know that we're serious about it. And this is going to be family dinners for my dad, Brooks' family, Grant's family, Tanner's family, Dennis's family. And it looks like a lot of fish, but trust me, it goes to good use. So if you guys want a day like this, I cannot stress enough. We have had so many amazing days on the water with Captain Tanner. Check him out. I'll have all of his stuff linked below. And yeah, I mean, I'm just a happy man. My wife got to pull on some fish. She filmed the YouTube video too. All in all, amazing day. Thank you, brother.
Anytime, brother.
We got a cooler full of fish to fillet. So let's begin with this big red grouper. Just check out his, look at him, giving a little high five. They got these funny, big, round pectoral fins. So I'm using Dexter Outdoors Dextreme 8-inch Max Fillet. Slowly becoming my favorite knife. They released it about a year ago. And for those of you guys who don't know, Dexter's been a sponsor on the channel for a long time now. You can actually save 20% on all their knives using my code LANDSHARK. Made in USA for a very long time, and they make a great product. So just basically outline the outside edge of our grouper, and I am already envisioning and tasting beer battered grouper in my mouth because that's exactly what I'm going to do with this fish. Sometimes you got to keep it real classic and not do nothing fancy, and since we don't get grouper that often, I love me some fried grouper. They just have these big juicy flakes, like these big chunks. You know, they're really a chunky fish. Right over that rib cage, down on the other side of the backbone. Big slab of meat on this guy. Look at that. Oh yeah. Picture that covered in some beer batter right there. That's gonna be good. So, there's one side. Flip them around. They call these fire trucks, and you guys can see why. They're just real brute strength. They don't want to leave the bottom. Soon as you hook them, it's just pretty much a tug of war of who's going to win. Either he's going to break you off in the coral head or ledge, whatever he's been hiding under. But yeah, love filleting me some grouper. Don't get to do it that often. Okay, so we're gonna break through the pin bones right there, down on the other side of the backbone, over that rib cage. And voila, look at that. I will see you guys in the kitchen for some beer battered grouper. As promised, beer battered grouper. So in here I got some seasoned flour, and I'm gonna start mixing in our beer until I get the right consistency that I like. So I'll start with like that much beer, start whisking it together. And we need more beer for sure. There it goes, it's starting to thin out, but it's still too thick. I like it to be around pancake batter consistency. Look at that, gorgeous piece of grouper going into the beer batter. And the reason I love beer battered fish, because that beer has a lot of bubbles in it, and you get this just really light and fluffy, yet super crispy coating on your fish. And this is one thing you don't want to overcrowd the pan with, because your oil temperature will drop and then your fish is just not going to cook evenly. And then every once in a while, just to make sure they don't get stuck, I'll kind of separate them. Make sure everyone's doing their own thing. All right, that's the color we're looking for, that beautiful golden brown. And then the biggest thing, anytime you're frying anything, invest in a sheet pan with a wire rack. Because if you do the paper towel trick, although it works, the bottom of your fish or whatever you're frying has no room to breathe, and it's gonna get soggy, and you spend all that time making that gorgeous crust, and then it's just gonna get mushy on you. But with the wire rack, it's got room to breathe on the bottom of it. Look at that. You guys saw how thin that batter was, and it's still puffed up like crazy. I think when people make beer battered fish, they go too crazy thick of the batter, but you see how nice and crunchy and fluffy that is? And then very quickly, as soon as you fry anything, hit it with that salt so it sticks. Good amount of salt. And I don't think there's a better fish in the state of Florida to do this recipe with. I love me some beer battered grouper, because although it's a really thick fish, it's super flaky, so when you bite into it, you're not getting this incredibly chewy, dense thing. It's just this delicious flake. Very excited to try this. If you guys look, this is what I like about a beer battered fish, is it's not really thick. It's light and airy. You get all those little pockets of air because that beer has all that carbonation in it, and it just opens up that batter, and it's just so flavorful, and grouper is the perfect fish to do it with because of that flake. So we're just gonna do a little sandwich station. We got the homemade tartar sauce, some pickle, onion, black pepper, sour cream, mayo. We got some lettuce, tomatoes, brookie, sliced up our bread, and then just a Caesar salad kit, and we're good to go.
You've been making a lot of sandwiches.
I'm on a sandwich kick, that's for sure. Sandwich is my favorite carb. I just love sandwiches.
I was actually invited on this trip, and I was crazy enough to say, oh, I'm too busy, I gotta work. But I'm not crazy enough to turn down this dinner. No way. They said, can you be here at 5? I'm like, yeah, you kidding me? No way am I missing out on this. Look at that. Look at that. Mm-hmm. Gorgeous.
Feels crispy?
Gorgeous. It's delicious, Dennis. Wait till you try it. Absolutely delicious.
You can hear the crunch from across the room.
Yeah. quintessential fish sandwich with lettuce, tomato, tartar sauce, beer batter. It's cooked to perfection. So good.
Alright guys, so we filleted all the fish today and then we're enjoying some fresh fish right now, but I just wanted to say that I made bags today for my family to share meals, for Fisher to have some with his girlfriend, for Jed to have some with his girlfriend, leave some for my parents, made a bag for Victor's dad, made a bag for Dennis behind the camera to bring home to his family, made a bag of fish for Grant to bring home, and that was it. Like, I didn't have any extra fish to give to anybody. Like, all the fish, you know, we've distributed it, and we're gonna get to enjoy fish ourselves one more time for Mother's Day. But, you know, it was a lot of fish, but everyone's gonna get to enjoy it. So before you think that we, you know, maybe took too many fish or anything like that, everyone's gonna get to enjoy the fish, and it's all going to go to good people. Oh, and the sandwich, I didn't even talk about the sandwich.
You don't have to.
This sandwich was absolutely delicious. I mean, that crunch of that fish was just incredible.
This crunch, listen, look at this. You see all those crackles on there?
That was the flakiest, white, delicious grouper I've had. I can't remember when. I love that sandwich. I hope we get to have them again, and I can't wait for Mother's Day to have fish that Brooke cooks. Good job, Vic. 2 thumbs up.
Thank you. So that's it. I'm happy Brooke brought that up because I know you guys a lot of times, you see all the fish, but it's all spoken for, which is amazing. There's no shame in being able to feed your friends and family, and I'm not gonna apologize for that. So I wanna thank you guys so much for watching. Once again, if you wanna book a trip with Tanner, I'll have all this stuff linked below. Till the next one, see you.
Bye.
How you doing, Dennis?